What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another live stream for this week. This is IonStorm. Good evening to you, Lay Pro. I actually see that there are a few viewers sharing the pulls for Yoimiya actually went pretty well, and there were also unexpected pulls getting Yoimiya. Did you actually try to pull for Yoimiya as well? Hey, Extreme Gamers, good evening to you. Are you gonna farm for artifact? Yes, I am. I'll probably do that later. Kalito, good evening to you. I'm watching while working, so please forgive me if I'm not talkative in chat. No worries, man. I appreciate you dropping by despite you are working. And so I know that your Yoimiya now is she still 111? I'll probably later on I will do some artifact farming for the emblem of the Severed Fate. If anyone who is actually free and is from the Asia server as well wants to join, please let me know so that we can do the farming together. Can I join? Definitely. More than welcome, man. I enjoy playing co-op in this game. So I personally am also hoping if they have more co-op opportunities, that would be the best as well. Hi, my brother Ion. Nice. So can I also address you as Sister Ice Bear? Good evening to you. She's 661, having fun in Overworld. I need advice on weapon. I'm currently using R2 Skyward Hub, but I told R5 Rust is better. Yes, correct. You're absolutely correct. Refinement 5 Rust, if you actually have it, there is almost no need for you to be pulling the Thundering Pulse. Unless in the event you really want to have a signature weapon. Yeah, the thing is that, of course, if you have tried to source for online resources wise, let's quickly just talk about Yoimiya. So, since that she is currently on the banner, the thing about this Thundering Pulse, why do we actually say that it's comparable to Rust? There are actually a few reasons. One of the biggest reason over here is we know that currently the BIS, best in slot artifact set, is the Shimenawa's Reminiscence, which the condition for activating is 15 energy. So Yoimiya's elemental burst costs 60, and so you actually will burn off 15 energy to get a bonus. So that is not an issue if you have the bonus, if you have the energy. But that also means that you cannot use your burst, which is not really the biggest problem. But the issue here is Thundering Pulse has 3 different levels: 12, 24, and 40%. One of the condition is when you cast elemental, one of them is where is the elemental burst? Let me see. Yeah. If your energy is less than 100%, you will get one of the stacks by default. So, when you cast your E skill, your energy will be less than 100%. So, you will get a stack. But if your artifact actually has some energy recharge stats, like for example, like here, and even here, right? So during the course where she is firing off the arrow shoot, it will actually generate the pyro particles. And if your energy recharge happens to be high, and halfway when you are firing your arrows, your elemental burst is ready, you will automatically lose one of the stack. So this is something for those who are considering to put Thundering Pulse, you will need to take note. So there can be situations if your Yoimiya's energy regeneration is too efficient, you will not be able to stack up this to the maximum. While Rust, because it gives you such a massive amount of 80% normal attack damage, and also it buffs attack percent, the base attack isn't too low either. So it is actually a really good weapon, comparable to a Refinement 1 Thundering Pulse. But of course, it's still lower, but it's very comparable. So if budget is a constraint, or so you can always consider using a Refinement 5 Rust. Hey, hello Angel. Good evening to you. It's really been a while, man. Earlier on I was still thinking to myself, oh, it's been a while since you joined the live stream as well, man. Ha. Of course, bro. Awesome. I tried pulling for Yoimiya and I'm on my 79 wishes now. I think I should just keep her. Of course, if you are planning for the 3.0, then is this a guaranteed PT for you? Meaning, you're not on the 50-50 already, right? So if the answer is a yes, then you might want to consider if you already have other pyro DPS raised. Because for most of the part, personally, like how I mentioned, if you already have existing pyro DPS character that you already raised, there is no urgent need for you to specifically pull for another pyro character and also invest resources. Because for, let's say if you have Hu Tao already raised, assuming if you have Hu Tao, then the need for Yoimiya is not as urgent. But if you happen to be a really very casual player who plays on mobile, prefers very simple and straightforward controls, then Yoimiya is a very outstanding character in this aspect, because all of the tracking, arrow tracking, all this automatically shooting good damage versus single targets and really fires off like a machine gun. The experience is great. And they also have fixed the issue of those mobs after they have died, right? Their corpse on the ground, the arrows are actually being blocked by that. This issue has also been addressed already, so she doesn't lose her DPS as much as what was being compared in the past. Then most importantly is, if you happen to have pulled for Yelan, she is going to be a really strong addition for Yoimiya along with Yunjing. But of course, Yunjing over here, the more constellations you have, the better, of course. 4-star characters, whether they are constellations you are able to get, this is debatable. Are they dying? Oh, okay, nice. They died. They actually got destroyed. Did I just happen to complete the commission as well? Oh, okay. I'm always on the 50-50. I'm hitting very hard PT, so unlucky. Yeah, this kind of situation can really happen. Because we know that the soft PT begins around the 75 to 76 pool. So I do hope that in your next single pool, let's just put it this way, single pool, your desired character will actually come. Not the 50-50 character, of course. But going back to earlier on the topic that I was talking about Yoimiya. Seriously, if you spend quite a lot of time playing on mobile wise, right? Because mobile is you control the game using two thumbs. So if you are really a very casual player who just want to get the job done quickly, pulling a Yoimiya for doing the overworld quests here and there, right, or even for events, right, those better events, is actually a very good choice. Even Inspire Abyss, if you have a Refinement 5 Rust, right, at C0, her performance is actually really very good as well. Of course, most of you might be aware that her capability against the multiple targets isn't the best because she's single target, but we have to be flexible about it because there will be stages that there's only a single target boss. Like for example, you know, this Ruined Serpent that we are talking about right now is a single target, provided that snake doesn't dodge into the ground, you know. Hey, Kenny, awesome, nice to have you. I don't really care about meta, I just love her personality. I'm absolutely on the same page as you. I think that for you guys who have been on board with me for so long, should be pretty much aware that you cannot really associate me as a meta player. I don't even call myself as a, you know, meta content creator. In fact, I'm probably pretty far from it, because many characters I think what I emphasize the most is which character feels easy to play for me. Like, you know, the controls feels nothing too complex, all this, then gets the job done. Then of course have some awesome character background story, looks good, all this kind of thing, then might tempt me to spend more than usual for the character. But of course there are still certain characters which if I happen to see them being a high value character, meaning they will serve me for really very very long. Like for example, one of the characters you see right now who is always in my team, Zhongli. So to me, this kind of character is the ease of the gameplay has been serving me since like what, 1.1 was it? Did it came out in 1.1 or 1.2? I cannot really remember already, but yeah, this kind of character to me is value for money, where I can pull for him and use him until right now. I still feel very comfortable with him. The other one, of course, you know, Yelan falls into this category, so that is why I have heavily invested on her. So you guys actually know that she's Constellation 6. Not a must, of course. There is no such thing as a requirement that she needs to be C6 to be functional. By now, there are more than enough information released to know that she is actually performing really very well even at C0. But of course, with a little bit more investment, such as maybe C1 or C2, it makes the gameplay experience even more fluid. But of course, you have to go according to, plan accordingly. Yeah, that is what I want to say. Because we are nearing 3.0. There is going to be a lot of characters we might want to have them on board. There is a lot of primo gems involved, seriously. So, and if you are 100% free to play player, then you need to carefully plan and see which character is going to help you on the journey of Sumeru, man. Okay, anyway, for those who wish to join me in farming artifacts, and if you happen to be on my friend list, feel free to drop me a invite request. Of course, I have to mention you must be in Asia server. I know one of the viewers are talking about a lay pro wants to actually join. If you can hear me, do feel free to request. I'm actually waiting right now before I start the farming. We are heading to Sumeru, so excited. Yes, there's a lot of things to look forward to. new gameplay mechanics to explore. Then new map areas, who knows, we might discover new dungeons here and there, areas to explore, more mountains. I mean, for my case, more mountains to climb is always a good thing. I know some don't enjoy climbing mountains, but I absolutely love climbing mountains and enjoy the scenery as high as possible, but hopefully don't get blocked by the clouds or something. I will join in 2 minutes, not a problem, I can wait. Meanwhile, let me just chit chat with every one of you here because that's what I enjoy the most as well. And of course, new storyline. I really want to see how the main storyline will develop with the introduction of Sumeru, because that is probably what keeps me coming back for this game more and more. I think in quite a previous number of streams I've mentioned before, the music of this game is fantastic, the graphics is good, the storyline is what keeps me going, the character gameplay is also nice, but of course still hoping for better RNG artifact farming experience, maybe more co-op gameplay experience as well. Then probably more things to do, more activities to do, let's just say. That is probably more engaging and fun. That is probably what I'm hoping for as well. 3.0, I'm pinning my hopes on 3.0. 3.0 and onwards to be exact, to see whether can we have some improvement in the gameplay experience. I really wish to invest a little bit more time into the game. A little bit more, you see, because right now on average I only spend about maybe 10 to 20 minutes in the game, you know, clearing the domains, catching crystal flies, then doing commission. Then there is nothing much for me to do at the moment. So seriously do hope that I can find more things to do. And I don't belong to those players that will complete everything on day one as well. I simply don't have the, you know, mental energy and capability to be able to complete that. So one side of me, I'll be very honest with you, I really want to see if anyone will post 100% export Sumeru picture in the community once the map is released, because there are really players really very capable of doing that. They can solve the puzzles, finish the exploration in a matter of hours, which I'm extremely impressed by what they are able to do, man. I hope Cole is free, or any free Dendro character. I have a gut feeling that there will be a free character, a free Dendro character. But of course, this is just a gut feeling. Cannot be 100% sure about that as well. Okay, let me see. Benny Boy. Okay, since you are using Benny Boy, okay, then let me 100% in day one. That's sick, bro. Of course, it's of course not me. I'll probably just, I think if I recall, every time when a new map is released, right, the first day I'll probably only be about 20%. Because it takes time for me to solve the puzzles, and also I take my own sweet time reading the story as well. But for some of the other players, right, they are really capable of finishing everything in one day, which I've mentioned is incredible, you know. Ouch. How much elemental mastery this guy actually has, man. Traveler is the free 5-star character. Oh, definitely I'm not talking about the Traveler, man. But I wouldn't mind if the Traveler gets stronger. After all, it's the main character of the story, you know. more usage rate will always be welcome. But personally, I myself don't see, I really don't see myself using the Traveler very often. Oh. I'm also looking to see which Dendro character is going to be my oh wow, okay, this looks like a promising feather, but let's see what will the last step be. I'm talking about, let's see which Dendro character will I be considering to get constellations. But probably the first few Dendro characters, I might not be getting a lot of constellations for them. Dendroid, what is this? Genshin Dendroid. Stream luck is real. I might get Tignery. I forgot to level up my feather. Not a problem. Just go ahead. I can wait. Meanwhile, let me show you guys one very at the absolute pinnacle of trash luck in Genshin, which is there was this feather which you guys can see on the screen right now. It came with default energy recharge, crit rate, crit damage, and HP percent. And at that point of time, I was thinking to myself, holy shit, this is likely going to be an upgrade for my Yelan. So immediately I threw in everything I have to raise it to level 20, and it turns out to be the most disastrous leveling experience I've ever had. Every single step from 4 all the way to 20 jump into energy recharge. So you can see over here it is 32.4% energy recharge. So after that, I can tell you, I completely lost my mood in playing. Energy recharge. I mean, energy recharge is of course still a very good stat. Don't get me wrong, it's a nice stat to have. But in that particular case where it came where everything already is fixed, you know, the best case is if you get a 4 substat at level 0 and all the substats are optimal, meaning like already has crit rate, crit damage, and also the stats that the particular character that you want. So that when at level 4, you are actually already improving on the already rolled substat and not gaining the base substat, you see. And going into everything into 32% of energy recharge, that is excess already. I mean, I honestly thought it will go into some crit, you know. But I haven't actually consumed that item because part of me, I'm actually hoping that, who knows, maybe someday there will be maybe some rerolling function or something, then lets me reset this item to back to the base stat or something, then I will try to roll again. But of course, no such thing, don't quote me on that. I didn't say that it will definitely come. But there are some of this kind of artifacts I actually keep it. Who knows, maybe in the future there will be some changes or improvement in the gameplay. But yeah, I don't know if for you guys, because you guys have already asked me to review some of your artifacts, right, I really think that I'm on the other spectrum of in terms of the luck. So that actually feels pretty bad, man. That is why I actually say that I am hoping that there will be some improvement in future artifact farming. Because getting something like just now what I showed you guys, that feather by default, right, is actually a very exciting feeling. But you know, once it actually screws up, then it definitely feels pretty bad, man. And yeah, if Angel, you are still in this chat, how are you actually doing? It has really been quite a while since I heard from you. Yeah, are you still actively playing Genshin or something? Farming for Dendro Goblet with good stats will be a nightmare. Good luck, Ion. I probably will need to set up a live stream, then create a title saying that today Genshin Impact live stream today is purely farming for Dendro artifacts. Then let's just see how many runs do I need to actually to get a usable Dendro goblet, or could it turn out to be so bad that after X amount of tries or X amount of time farming, right, such a goblet doesn't exist in my dictionary. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. It's a new element. I will definitely like to have it. Oh my god! I would definitely like to have it as soon as possible, so that I can make more contents to share with every one of you here, man. If I don't have the Dendro goblet, it will be pretty tricky already. I'm a weakless. How? Oh my god! That is probably in the negative zone, man, in terms of the farming experience. What is animal damage bonus, but it comes with 0 critical stats. Ah, why is this? Why is this happening? No. At the same time, have you guys actually completed the what's that event called again? The Diluc event, Hidden Strife, if I remember. Did you guys actually encounter a lot of difficulties trying the Dire Straits, or do you guys simply didn't even bother if you just get the Primo Gems and I'm out? Which one do you guys actually fall under? Let me know in the chat, man. Ouch. Have you ever considered going for Yoimiya C6 or Thundering Pulse R5? No. Until when I have really secured let's see. The thing is that although her gameplay experience is fun, like I mentioned, but I honestly don't like Shimenawa's reminiscence on her, although it's her current BIS, because it makes her Q pretty much redundant, you see. You know, like for example, when you look at her constellations wise, right, one is actually affecting the elemental burst. Then okay, 2 not really. Then the other one, constellation 4, is also related to her elemental burst as well. Until the constellation 6, we are talking about her E. So when you ask me, I will feel that I'm paying money for something that which I don't really use. Then I will feel that there's a lack of value. So for me, when I pull to C3 for her, is purely really because I really like her. But anything more than that, until when I'm really convinced that there are more suitable artifacts for her in future, or if I happen to manage to get, like, for example, you know, what was that 古云 artifact for her again? I keep forgetting what is the artifact name. You know, the one with the shield. If you have a shield, you gain 40% damage bonus for normal attacks or something along that line. Oh wow. Then I might consider, or perhaps, you know, that teapot artifact set. What was that again? I absolutely cannot remember the artifact sets that I don't farm for. That artifact set is actually supposed to be meant for Ayato. That one, if I happen to get something nice, that I might want to mess around and see what happens. But for now, no. Because another thing is that, you know, if you intend to play her vape build, C6, because you cannot predict when is the arrow going to be triggered, so it will completely disrupt your vape sequences as well. So for those who are getting the C6, right, needs to be aware of this, and it's more optimal for you to actually go for a pure pyro build. Hey Ion, how do you make YouTube algorithm? Make your video appears on everyone's recommendation? The thing is, I cannot. There's nothing I can do about it. The algorithm is actually based on viewers' amount of likes and comments to increase the chances of it to be recommended. Thing of this way is that YouTube will recommend videos based on your preferences, what it thinks that you would like to watch. So if you happen to watch a Genshin Impact video, then afterwards, once you finish watching, then it will happen to have a record of, oh, you actually watch Genshin Impact. Then it will recommend to you a video that a lot of people have actually seen. Then it's likely that you will watch it. But in my case, if I post a video, nobody actually bothers to comment or bother to like it, then the probability of it being recommended to the general YouTube community who watch Genshin Impact, right, is actually almost non-existent. Unless you are subscribed to me, then there is a higher chance it will be recommended to you guys. But you also need to be aware that if you are subscribed to me, but over a period of time you don't watch my videos, right, then it will also stop recommending my videos to you. Since, you know, when you open up the page, let's say you are subscribed to 100 channels, it cannot be recommending 100 different videos to you. It has to be more relevant to what you are recently watching as well, you see. So let me also allow me to also take this chance to ask, right, if you guys are able to help me out, do help to like my videos, comment whenever the opportunity rises, so that you can help with the YouTube algorithm to recommend my videos to more viewers, so that more viewers will be able to know the existence of this channel, so we can also help it grow together. That is what I actually personally I'm wishing for as well, definitely. But this cannot be done by myself alone. It requires everyone to help me out. Okay, let me try to. Okay, since it has been a while since I consumed Primo Gems to farm, let me have some fun today. Lepro, let me try to craft some resins once again. I still have about 4 more crystal flies. 4 crystal flies. So I think I'll consume 2 more. Okay, I think that's the limit that I will want to go for. So I'll farm 4 more rounds. hopefully, fingers crossed, that I'll be able to get a really useful piece of artifact set, aka the good pink artifact set. Ha ha. Question. Oh yeah, Angel, about another thing about your question about the refinement 5 thundering pulse is that early on I've explained that it's not easy for you to maintain the 3 stacks, because the one of the stack condition actually requires you to not have full energy. So when you are actually in the using Yomiya, after when you lose the 15 energy, right, is if your substats for the artifacts actually has energy recharge, you will actually go back to full stack pretty quickly. So for many cases, right, you will actually realize that you are running on 2 stacks of the Thundering Pulse rather than 3 stacks, which is not something that I like. You also wouldn't be firing off your elemental burst when you are already in the E mode, because that is a direct DPS loss due to the animation. So that is one of the main reasons why I didn't actually continue to go for extra copies of Refinement. But that was pretty fast. Then finally, I think one of the most important reason is that actually for Yomiya, right, actually in the alternate account that I've played on with the Refinement 5 Ras and Constellation 0 Yomiya, right, she is actually very comfortable to actually bring down the hardest contents Spiral Abyss. So if you ask me, at C3, do I experience a huge improvement in performance? I wouldn't say no, but it's not insanely game changing. That is what I can tell you for in terms of the actual experience, because she is already very powerful. Hey, hello, Chow bro. What would you say Yomiya's best team is? Currently, when we talk about best teams, what I can offer you are 2 perspectives. Of course, the first perspective comes from the alternate account that I have played, which is low spender and more towards free to play. So that team, to me, I will say is Yomiya with Refinement 5 Rust, then with Bennett, and of course Zhongli, then followed by a Kazuha. C0 Kazuha is more than enough with Iron Sting. To me, that team is good enough because it has a certain level of capability to, you know, fight against the group mobs due to Kazuha's soul ability and the elemental burst autumn field. Then Yomiya herself is able to make very good use of both all the 3 supports buffs, so she is able to do a lot of damage. Then if you happen to be a spender, or if you really want to enjoy a more complete Yomiya gaming experience, then of course we are talking about her team is potentially looking to be Yomiya herself with Yelan, then Zhongli, as well as Yunjing. And this Yunjing in question, I must mention, best to be at Constellation 6, because the attack speed, you know, the faster you attack means more DPS as well. Because this E skill is a time limit based. It doesn't restrict you by the amount of shots. Even if you actually finish the 30 normal shots coming from Yunjing, by default herself, she is still actually doing a lot of damage, you know. Sorry I'm late, I'm on my busy right again. No. What was your fastest time in this domain? Mine was 32 seconds. The fastest I recall was 24 seconds. because I have been doing this goddamn domain 23 or 24, correct? I've been doing this goddamn domain since like, you know, for really for forever, man. Then to me it's just I really want to get it done and over with and know whether am I getting any upgrades, but 99.9% of the time I'm not getting anything. So anyway, aside that, thanks for joining, man. Lay Pro. Will be ending for today's domain farming. Okay, let me see. It's weird that they made Shimenawa set for Yomiya, but they give him a passive which wants you to cast burst for 10 DPS. It's quite complicated though. I have really very mixed feelings about this. You can say it's fortunately, and you also of course can say it's unfortunately. The elemental burst itself, because it's gated by 2 seconds. Then it is also limited by ICD, which is 2.5 seconds. So the impact coming from the actual damage impact coming from this itself, right, is nothing good. It's not going to be extremely game changing unless you have the mobs trapped in Venti's ultimate. Then of course that is a different story. But other than that, we talk about, aside from the actual damage and the AoE capabilities, the AoE for this is actually pretty small as well. You guys should be aware of that, and she cannot trigger the explosion herself. That is also another thing that you guys need to be aware of. It needs to be the allies doing the damage, which is actually stated clearly over here. So that being said, which goes back to the constellations that I was actually talking about, which is you know, the constellation one, if you pull right, if I'm not using the elemental burst, this constellation one is as good as I mean I just wasted the money, you see, because this is talking about this skill is this, how do I even pronounce it, Ryukin something, you know. So it talks about this Ryukin creating the, you know, the 2 golden fish, the explosion increased by 4 seconds. So it needs to be when the explosion actually kills the fella, Yomiya actually gains 20% attack for 20 seconds. So if I don't use my burst, this constellation one is completely irrelevant already. Then goes down to, if I pull for constellation 4, if I don't use my burst, this is also irrelevant. So because primarily it is caused by how the design of this Shimenawa's reminiscence is, it requires you to already upfront have the 15 energy before you can do anything. So you cannot cast the burst before you cast your E, because you have no energy. And if you are shooting halfway during your E process, you shouldn't be casting your burst, because your timer in the E mode will take away. Then another thing is, if before you swap off, you cast your burst, your energy will be at 0. Once your supports have finished casting their skills, when you switch back to her again, if you don't have energy recharge, you won't have 15 energy. So you cannot make use of the Shimenawa. But if you have a lot of energy recharge, when you are shooting your E, when she generates pyro particles, then she gains too much energy, you go back to 100 energy, and you will lose a stack of your Thundering Pulse. So I don't know if anyone has been online, has been sharing all this to you guys, but that is something you really need to be aware of, and probably one of the reasons why over her, right, Rust is actually a really very good weapon, because there is practically no condition to trigger it, you see. Something which doesn't have this kind of condition is always a really very good weapon. But of course, once Thundering Pulse has its max stacks, even at Refinement 1, then of course at any time you will easily surpass the Rust with ease. That's I need to be very upfront about. Okay, thanks for the advice. I have that same exact team. No worries, man. the gameplay experience when you're playing as a free to play, right, is actually really very pleasant. And if you happen to be like, for example, outside traveling, or let's say you are going overseas traveling, then using her via the mobile phone, the experience, right, I think I already said this multiple times, is really very very pleasant. Because she's not that technical. It's not like, for example, if you have a C0 Hu Tao, where you need to do the dash, then followed by a jump cancel. Nothing complex like that. C0 completely functional. Press the button, just keep spamming the attack button. Those that should be dying will die. So meanwhile, because since Kalito has actually talked about this. This team at the second half is what usually I will actually be playing, because I mean there are many reasons because this team actually is very manageable against group and single target, because you know the more enemies you have, the more Kazuha will be broken, you know, because due to how Sword works. So group wise, not a problem for this. Or alternatively, in my original first showcase that I've shown Yomiya before, I actually pair her with Beito as well. But of course, when we're talking about overload of course has its limitations against smaller body mobs, because sometimes they will actually fly away. Then even though we know that Yomiya is an archer, but if the enemy flies too far away, then you still need to actually waste some time to catch up with them. It doesn't happen often, but it can happen. But there is another alternative that you can consider when you to try to make it more compatible against single target and also multiple targets. Then we also go into the more expensive setup, which requires like Yelan and also Zhongli. Then also you need a C6 Yunjing, which is this current team that I featured earlier this morning, which is more comfortable and has a lot more DPS output once they reach their constellation requirements. So these are the few teams that I usually will be playing, and it's the damage output is definitely all within acceptable margins based on the current content difficulty, unless during in 3.0 they try something funny and increase the health of the mobs or put on some ridiculous mechanics, which I really cannot foresee what kind of mechanics that we are actually talking about. Then we shall see. Okay, for this run, you might be expecting there will be more damage, because in my original run, I deliberately scaled down a bit on Yelan's damage. I actually have her on the what do you actually call that? The allergy for the end. But for this run itself, Yelan is actually using the Aqua Simulacra. Ouch. Oh my god. How did I even die, man? Holy shit. I have almost 20,000 health and that guy landed on me and I just died. So in this first part itself, right, having a venti is really quite a nice feeling. Oh. Hey, whoa! What the hell is going on with today's runs, man? Why am I keep getting killed by this guy, man? Holy shit! Just let me pass the first stage. A skill issue, god damn it. Oh no, will I be dying over here? Come on, let me pass. Holy, this kind of thing seriously does happen. Okay, come on. What the fuck? This guy. Oh, you see? Oh, seriously? I died 3 times already for the over the first round. Oh, what the hell is going on? Okay. Let me try again. Oh, really? Wow. Oh, holy shit, I just wasted my out as well. Oh, that was insane, man. Oh, yo. That was seriously the first time I died so many times during the first round, man. Ah. Oi. Come on, get struck by the lightning, man. All right. Oh no, I don't have sufficient energy recharge. Wait, do I even have enough energy for the next round? Oh no. Oh, oh no, where did that guy even went to, man? Ah, you are here. Oh, that was close, man. If my Yamiko dies, and this is going to be troublesome again. Oh no, this guy is digging into the ground again. Stop doing that, asshole. I feel like firing my Yelan shots to just end him off. What a bitch. Come. No, I'm not going to let you do your disco dance, boy. I want Raiden and Yelan so bad. I think I honestly have no idea when is their rerun going to come back, man. But if Yelan happens to come back, I really would recommend to at least pull a copy of her. She's really one of the high value characters, right? Do you think of anything for F2P that reach AR60? What do you mean by think of anything? If you can elaborate more on that, man. I can't wait for Yelan's rerun. I'll get C3 and C4. When you actually pull for Yelan already, right? Let's say today you I don't know, man, because she is so damn broken. I don't even know where should I actually even begin with, and but let's just say today you have already set aside a budget for her. Because anything that if you think there is a chance that she can fit into a team that you want, right, she's most likely going to provide so much buff, value, and damage to your team, right, that it will really help you to tide through the tougher content as well. So when we talk about Yelan herself, right, if let's say today, like earlier on I mentioned, if you already have a budget set aside for her, of course the first thing is you will want to have a C1, because not only it helps with the energy recharge, and because it gives you 2 additional charge of the E skill, even in overworld itself for traveling is extremely helpful as well. It can help you to get to your destination faster, since when you use this E you actually recover stamina. Then, of course, we talk about at C2 itself. Those who have already been paying attention knows that this actually greatly helps with the hydro application rate, because it will now every 1.8 seconds fire off an additional those kind of hydro arrow from the burst. And this 14% of max HP is actually a lot, since she scales based on HP. Then C3, of course, you know, is a direct buff to her elemental burst, so no further elaboration required. C4 is the catch over here for like how Kalito was actually mentioning, which is it gives you HP buff for the whole team. And you guys should be aware that looking at the future, how the game goes, right? A lot of Hydro characters most likely will have something to do with HP. Let's not just say Hydro characters. Let's just say even like for example, Zhongli himself or even Hu Tao, they have skillings from HP. So if you have a character who gives buffs to the whole team's HP, this constellation can't be any lousy. You see, it's definitely a very extremely good constellation. Then of course constellation 5 gives you the E buff, which is another 3 levels. This E actually does a lot of damage, guys. No joke. Then C6, which is a very expensive constellation for sure, which turns her into a really powerful burst DPS. Like, you're surprised of them being so dedicated to that Genshin. Actually, there is no way for me to exactly tell if you are F2P or not unless you tell me. So based on what I know is that the players already on my friend list have been inside my friend list for really very long already, and we can see that a lot of them actually have already hit AR60. Some hit recently, some hit really quite a while ago, and they are still playing. So I do believe that there are a lot of players who remain dedicated to this game, but of course I believe that all of us are the same. We hope that the game will prosper. We'll continue to strive for improvement as well. For those who actually took a break all this, right, maybe they are still at about 58, 59 all this, right, then I believe that maybe someday they might come back. I don't know, but it really depends on whether the contents will actually raise their interest or not. We shall see more as time goes. It's 9 AM for me. I need to go now. See ya. Hey, thanks for joining, man, and also dropping by in the farming process as well, man. I have to skip Yelan for Kazuha. That is actually a really very difficult situation, I must say, because both of them provide so much value to the team. Then of course, but I will still say getting a Kazuha is actually still a very wise decision, because because usually I would deem that Anemo is more of a neutral element, so they can fit into many types of team comps. So getting Kazuha is definitely, trying to prioritize Kazuha in this current situation is not a bad choice, because you always have the original predecessor. You have Xingqiu. Xingqiu can get a lot of things done, so that is actually still a very good choice to try to get Kazuha first, because I don't think anyone functions similar to Kazuha. The closest we can still try to put it across is actually, Sucrose, but her buffs are fundamentally different from Kazuha as well. I will get C6, C5 and C6 on her second rerun. I support you, man, as long as it's within your budget, man. And this time I'm skipping Yomiya for Zhongli. I guess that those who play this game for quite a while should be aware that there is a saying that supports are eternal, DPS are temporary. In fact, supports nowadays are so powerful that their contribution during a damage rotation, right, is actually nearly comparable to a DPS on-field DPS. So trying to get more support, universal supports to join your team, right? can never be a wrong choice, you know. It's not like I'm saying that Yoimiya is not good. Yoimiya is good, but there are situations where she's not the most fitting choice. But in really many situations, you can actually use Zhongli, slap on the shield, and you will get a lot of things done. So he provides a lot more value for you in the long run as well. In Sumeru, when in upcoming Sumeru wise, right, when we think about Sumeru is actually an element that cannot be swirled, then how do we actually get the resistance reduction? Probably from future artifacts. That is one. That is what I can think of. I don't know much about the details. The other one that can actually come, who knows, probably is actually from this shoe, because this actually reduces all elemental resistance and physical resistance. Think of him like a small animal unit as well. So you can actually get a free reduction of 20% dendro resistance as well. So getting him is not a bad thing, seriously. Yelan does more DPS off-field than some on-field characters. Absolutely correct. That is exactly what I meant by nowadays, right? The so-called support characters, right? I don't know actually how should we actually define these kind of characters. There are some saying that sub DPS, some calling support. I really don't know what is the best way to call them, because they deal so much damage that your on-field supposedly to be the full-fledged on-field DPS, right? Their damage is actually very similar to the one who is not on the field. So to me, those who are not on the field but can deal damage, right, I always have the tendency to prioritize them a lot more. Since when you think about it, it's like actually 2 person attacking on the field at the same time, even when they are not on the field. Like for example, Yoimiya is shooting, Yelan is off field, trying to increase Yoimiya's damage while also doing damage itself. That is basically a 2 person attacking already. So that is why those characters who have this kind of off-field damage and has the capability to directly influence your main field DPS damage, right, they always have very, very high value and always rated highly by many players. Prime example, we go back to the classic Xiangling, who although has very, very high energy cost on her Pyronado, but she can do damage when she is not on the field, and she can amplify a lot of damage due to her this Pyronado not having internal cooldown as well. Xingqiu is one of them also. Then of course we have Electro characters who has a lot of tendency to be able to do that, but you know, Electro being Electro, they do not have the best reaction damage, that is I would say, but they do have innate high multiplier, so they are still able to perform really very well. So these kind of characters to me who are not on the field but can do a lot of damage, right, I always will rate them highly, although I don't have a fixed tier list, because you know, doing tier list is always a very sensitive topic, because every player's account strength artifacts differs. Then some may have very divided opinions that maybe they think that character A is actually better than character B. But for my case, I honestly would try to avoid the topic talking about who is better and who is what's not, because this is merely just based on playing experience. It may not be 100% accurate. Yes, those who can do their damage off you is more valuable. We can see it as this game is a bit like, you know, support impact rather when I call it Genshin impact or something. Where did he oh, he actually went into crit damage. Okay, let's see. While we are actually on this topic, let's see how will this feather actually perform. But you actually think that this feather will have all its stats go into crit and crit damage? Where did you went to? Oh, you went to the flat HP. One miss. Let's see level 16. Streamer luck. I wish I truly have, man. But for my case, I will always prefer the emblem set especially for the feather section to come with the energy recharge stat, because okay, went into create because this set actually synergizes very well with energy recharge. God damn it, do I have so many blue items? Okay, the moment of truth, the last one. Where will it go to? Oh, it went into defense. I wouldn't actually will want to use this. Okay, let's see for this one. If this comes out with an energy recharge, I will be really very pleased about it. Oh, it actually went into HP. Okay, we shall see first. Where did it went to? It went to crit rate. Okay. Okay, it went into crit damage. All I can see is my Mora burning away right now, where I probably need a ton of Mora when Sumeru is actually released. Okay, where do you went to? You go into the attack. It's another perfectly balanced situation again. Or are you going to give me the critical stat? Come on, baby. You can do it. Oh shit! It went into the attack stat. Wait, do I have any more chances? Okay, there is a slim chance here. A slim chance, I would say. A slim chance. Let me see. I need to burn off some of my purple artifacts to make space as well. Okay, if this is a crit rate, we will continue to try rolling. Nope, it went into HP, so it's a miss. Another chance. Okay, I will consume. I'll consume this level 6. Crit damage? No. No way. No way. It went wrong. For this is not something that I really like. But since I'm running out of space soon, I might as well. Okay, this is level 16. Let's see. Wait, why you went into all what the leveling artifacts in this game it's such a painful experience for sure. I got so many good artifacts, but I can't enhance them because I don't have any blue or purple artifacts left. I'm actually saving up for all the gold color artifacts to see if we have any proper uses for them in the future. Then hopefully when 3.0 is released, I'll be able to make good use of all these artifacts, man. Seriously. Okay, let's see. Oh, for one moment I saw a 10%, but the 10% actually went into defense. Why do I need all this defense for? If it is actually 10% crit rate, I will actually continue to level it, man. Okay, let's just level it and see what happens, because this actually has the energy recharge. Oh dear, it actually went everything into defense. How is this streamer luck? This is not streamer luck, this is completely bad luck, man. Why is this happening? Any more energy recharge that I can try my luck on? No. It just doesn't seem to have any usable feathers that I can actually make a good use of it though. How about sense? Okay, sense wise, doesn't look like I have gotten any decent sense. Okay, at the very least for Yelan, I don't think I will be able to get a acceptable upgrade anytime soon, for sure. Yeah, which is pretty unfortunate. That I really seriously have been trying very hard to see if I can find an upgrade, but fortunately apparently the game doesn't really like me a lot, you see. Then not able to get what I even got a extremely similar roll for 2 feathers, which basically means there's no upgrade at all, which is kind of sad. But I do hope that in the future I will be able to get some nice pieces. Okay, moving on. Let's just, oh wait, instead of doing the spiral abyss, I do remember earlier on I have actually tried. Anyone done this already? Don't worry, Yelan. Don't worry, Ion. Someday you will reach my 260 Yelan level. Damn it. Pass me some of the luck, man. So I have 2 Kazuhas over here. Yo, what is this Kazuha using? Oh, he's using the event sword. This Leo is actually using a rust. The look is actually showing me what skin he's wearing. Just holding on to the battle pass weapon. I like it because this is like a co-op event where I can see other players. I do feel that whenever possible, Genshin should consider making more of like this kind of events when not always, but it's nice to have some. Oh wait, what the fuck? So have some more social interactions, and it will be really very cool. Hey, wait, what? Am I supposed to get all the coins or something? Hey, go. Oh shit. Am I jumping down too fast? Oh no, I jumped down too fast. Shit. I just saw the Hilicho corpse drop down. Oh, faster kill them, guys. Oh shit. I think I'm falling to my death. I thought all the mobs just died, man. Hey yo. Kill them all! Wait, did I just saw the Hilichurl dropping? Wait, they are still not done? Oh no! How am I supposed to go back up again? Do I press L or something? Wait, return to challenge area. Let me see. Ah, so that is how it works? Wait, these guys kill them so fast that I practically have nothing to do, man. Oh, what? I have nothing to kill at all. Wait, I didn't even do anything. Wait, damage dealt to opponents. Wait, why did I even get this kind of card, man? Wait, let me try that again to see if I can get a new record. Challenge completed. So I need to get more coins. Okay, one more round. Today is 4th of August. So we have about 20 more days to reach 3.0. So every week where I start to live stream, we are getting closer and closer to Sumeru. I got 560.2. Oh wait, let me try to see if I can get more than that. Hehe. Wait, why am I the one who dropped? So I must get higher than 560, okay? Oh wait, there is really more opponents inbound. Oh wow, what the fuck? Ah, I missed the ground. Wait, oh. Wait, I didn't manage to pick up the coins. Let me get some coins, guys. Okay, never mind. I think I'll just go and kill the mobs then. Hey, what? Oh my god. Can I jump? Oh, I can. This one feels like something like, you know, the Sonic. Can I get higher? Let me see. Am I higher than 560 already? 680. New record. Although what did I actually did? Defeated one opponent by don't know something. Oh. 680. Cool. That is a new record, man. Okay, so let's go back to some random abyss runs, which has always been the main activity that I've been doing on a daily basis. Since okay, let me see. I will go for this setup for this round. Then for the first part, let's see. How about this? Do I... Wait, I have a feeling that Venti might not be wearing the Viridescent set, man. Oh, he is, but why does the Viridescent set look so weird to me, man? What is this? Elemental Mastery. Elemental Mastery. That's fine, that's fine. Wait, what? What is this? How much Elemental Mastery does he even have? Okay, 681. Okay, I will make do with it, man. I will go for... Let's see. For this part, the first team itself, I'm pretty sure the damage will be pretty devastating. Apparently these eyes on the ground, right, seriously deals a shit ton of damage, man. No joke. Yeah, so you guys can actually see that right now, because I have my stack full, the elemental burst, I'm actually losing a stack from the thundering pulse. Good shit. At least this part, the process was pretty fast. Oh, this guy literally became the Statue of Liberty. The original team that I played using with this what do you actually even call that? The Kazuha and the Bennett team, right? It's actually still extremely comfortable. So I do recall that this Mirror Maiden has a shit ton of hydro resistance, right? But apparently if your Yelan is actually hits them hard enough, it doesn't really matter, right? This fucking dolphin. I can't really tell when is he going to dodge and when he's not going to dodge, man. Wow, come on, man, just die. Recently, when this banner is released for Yomiya, I have once again found the joy and the happiness in having her on the Spiral Abyss runs once again, man. Because it's not very common nowadays that I'm using her for Abyss runs. But definitely, in terms of overworld conquest wise, if I'm not leveling any friendship for characters, like for example right now you see on my screen I have Hazel, because I'm still leveling his friendship, all this, right? But I still have Yomiya on the team itself, because during for all the normal commission related, right, lighting up all the torches, shooting birds for food, all this, right, is really quite a fun experience. And I think this aspect of Genshin shouldn't be really forgotten, because I do think that Genshin is not just about Spiral Abyss and domains. Although, you know, my contents are 99% coming from Spiral Abyss, but it was the open world concept and the exploring experience, the feeling of not having like limitations to where you can go, right, keeps me interested and attracted to this game. It's just my personal opinion, but to me, I do really hope that for the developers, they will actually continue to work in this direction as well, and not just keep introducing like more and more those domains with mechanism. The open world is so big, they can actually introduce more different things for us to discover throughout the exploration progress, and not just like going into domain trying to solve puzzles, which can be pretty mind draining. And considering Sumeru is a, you know, like a city of wisdom, is that the best way to put it? probably it's like I don't know if the puzzles is going to get harder and harder or not, but I seriously hope that I will not be requiring to have the educational level to be solving calculus before when I start to complete the Sumeru quests, man. That is probably one of the biggest thing that I want to also talk about the exploration aspect of the game itself. Because I honestly felt that nowadays I'm doing really very little exploration, and more towards like I'm doing a lot of domains in the game. Then it probably feels a little bit different from what I originally was hoping for within the game itself. Seems the direction seems to have been diverted away. So do hope that they will be able to come back to this aspect of the game, which there are a lot of areas that they can actually improve on. That is one thing I would like to put across. So before we end today's stream, let me just do one more quick run just for the sake of fun, because it has really been a while since I tried to excuse me, tried to do some overload onto the enemies for sure. Because it has always been me using my standard format for the Yomiya team. If you guys actually know early on the team that I actually played, that is the standard so-called template team that I have been using, because I found it to be really very effective. But overloaded team actually is pretty fun as well. And it will be such a waste not to have visual in her new skin, right, for this particular run as well. Okay, let's see. I will go for something like this. I will take out Kazuha for this run. Then for the first part, let's use back the power of all the hydros. But will I be able to pass? I hope so, man. Here goes nothing. What a bunch of angry guys, man. Oh, that is seriously so much hydro damage. The guy with the cryo shield just literally got destroyed, man. Oh shit, that guy. God damn it. Haha! No way, man. Here is a shot from my official to you, baby. Alright. Here goes nothing. The sound effect coming from all these the ores and Yomiya shooting at the same time, right? It just feels really very good, man. But of course, there's still a difference in the DPS. How did that ruined robot got destroyed, man? Okay, one of the guys actually died, and I'm getting frozen here. Oh no! This guy just does the aircon shit all the way. Holy! That is seriously some insane combo that came out by the developers, man. Oh no, my fisher skill is not ready yet. Just Fisher, go! Yes! Alright. Actually using Fisher along with Yomiya against single target. I mean strictly single target. The damage is actually pretty awesome as well, I must say. So anyway, we have come to the end for this week's live stream. And as every live stream you guys join in along with me, we are getting one step closer to Sumeru. I definitely hope that once Sumeru comes out, we will be able to explore the map and also the storyline and mechanics together. So anyway, I'll catch you guys on next week's live stream, same time, same day on a Thursday, 9 PM GMT +8. Shout out to all my channel members for your support. I really appreciate, and also everyone who has dropped by and joined today's live stream. Really appreciate as always. So once again, if your day is starting out, I wish you a beautiful day ahead, and if your night is coming to an end, I wish you guys a very good night ahead. This is IonStorm signing out. Good night.